players will be unable to damage each other. What?
Ahoy there, sailor.
Honestly, I'm excited to get into this because I've heard a couple things and let's go. Alright, so Volume 5. Hello everyone, it's Ichikawa, producer of Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, here again with another installment of Letter from the Devs. Woo. February was a full month with the FF7 collab, yeah, indeed it was, and the start of Season 2. We hope that everyone has been enjoying the new content so far. We expect that a lot of you have been testing out the new Dragoon style and teleport materia and learning new ways to utilize them. Oh, yeah. Alright, so, as always, we appreciate all the feedback we receive from you and use it to help us improve the overall experience of the game. In this edition of Letter of the Devs, I'll be sharing information on upcoming content and balance changes. I hope you'll find it interesting, so once again, I ask that you stick with me through to the end. So, let's start off by addressing stability issues. So, after releasing the update on 16th of the 2nd, which included a number of stability improvements, there's been a lot of instability lately, we have confirmed a reduction of approximately 16% in the total number of crashes. Wow. While this is a step in the right direction, well, there we go, we recognize that we will still have a lot to do, and apologies for the stability issues, and we haven't been able to address it. And that's the issue when you've got this kind of game, right? And it's probably been built in a very small window, like window of time, with probably not a big team. Budget is always a big thing with these kind of titles, right? So this game would have an allocated budget that would go towards, you know, obviously the content they create for it, the marketing, what they call a legacy team, just to keep the game stable, which is what they're talking about here with stability improvements. They're called legacy teams. For a fun fact, you'll usually find a lot of start-out jobs you'll have either as a game designer, programmer, or maybe even an artist, is you'll be working on legacy titles, especially in the mobile market. You'll be working on legacy titles quite a bit before you move on to any kind of new IP or anything like that of your own. Or, you know, even just to work on something brand new usually, yeah. You're just hoping fixing crashes doesn't end up somehow worsening frame rate issues. They shouldn't be tied together really much at all, but the only reason you'd be getting those frame rate issues is really because of too much stuff being loaded at once, right? Which we have seen, which I have actually already seen with Bahamut, believe it or not. In the latest update, we will perform the following measures to address the asset loading problems and unnecessary image data storage issues that are a major contributor to stability issues. Yeah, and it always will be. It always will be data and that kind of stuff. So we've got reduced asset loading speed to alleviate memory stress. Good. Introduced texture loading restrictions for devices with a smaller memory capacity, which they should have done earlier. But I'm glad they're doing it now. Increased frequency of removal of unnecessary data. Good, good. And you know what? The thing is, when it comes to, like it says here, increased frequency of removal of unnecessary data, you don't really know until, like, you just start seeing the results come in. Honestly, that's really it. Like, you just need a ton of results, and you need data from all over the place to kind of see this stuff. So, and they can find things like, you know, if there's something in the distance that the player isn't really necessary to the player, or, you know, you're not going to really see something. If it's not important, you might as well just render it out. Like, just don't have it as part of what needs to load, because that's just wasted memory. It's just wasted memory. It's all it is. You can't tell a lot of this stuff, like I said, until you get it out there, like, and people start messing with it with different devices, different tablets. Like, it's just so many things, and there's so many factors that the dev team will never think of, because it's impossible. You'll never think of it until you start seeing the footage or feedback from players who are doing this constantly, right? Occlusion culling, yes, Case got it right, gold star. As a result of these measures, some players may experience occasional drops in frame rate due to more frequent loading. We will be monitoring the situation carefully going forward to make adjustments when necessary. Yeah, so basically they've got a system in place now for a lot of the stuff they've been doing, and all they can do is just monitor it and see how they can improve it, and, you know, just get rid of that lag, that load time. I think you'll find by the end of year one, a lot of this stuff will be fixed, hopefully. Not everything, because as we've seen, more issues can crop up the more bugs you fix, which is game development 101. So you usually will have that, and this is what they're doing here. They're getting all this data, and they're just sort of looking for the trends. So they're seeing what happens most frequently, and that's the stuff they address. So we're going to move on to Bahamut Fury. So Bahamut Fury from Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII will appear on the training field in standard matches from 17th of March until 31st of March. Oh my god. He's even stronger and tougher than the usual Bahamut, and may prove to be a challenge for a full team. I've yet to beat the normal Bahamut. What chance have I got of beating this one? But no, that's cool to see that they're addressing it. And once again, they've already got the skin there. Why not use it? They'll do Bahamut Sin for an Advent Children event. I guarantee they will. Bahamut Fury will be different from usual. Players will be unable to damage each other. What? Okay, hang on. We hope to create an environment where players temporarily set aside their rivalries to fight together against this extra challenging boss. Look, if there's anything that is going to do a 180 or catch me completely out of left field, that definitely did it. My only question is, when the fight's over, what happens then? Huh? Chat, what happens then? Does the shield stay up for a little bit so no one can kill each other? So someone can take it? Or does the shield immediately go down and then it's a bloodbath free for all? Because I feel like that's going to happen. Additionally, special challenges will be available during this period, and defeating him will earn you a special title. Really cool, because I know the normal Bahamut does that too. Well then, okay, so I see why the excitement was in place. I was not told about this. New skins. We'll be adding skins based on the outfits that Zack and Tifa wear in Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Finally, they're bringing Zack's outfit to the game. Fantastic stuff. And we knew it was inevitable, right? We knew it was coming. I kind of figured it was coming when I saw Bahamut Fury was skin, right? I was like, so they're bringing Crisis Core stuff in. And even throughout Season 2's rewards, there is some Crisis Core stuff in there. So the hints were there. Alrighty, so special login bonuses will be available too, so don't forget it to log in. Okay, cool. I'm really liking these login bonuses they're doing, which is pretty standard for mobile games in this day and age, especially free-to-play live service stuff. Alright, so now we're on to, as I saw mentioned in chat, the mentor system. Seasoned candidates who are players who have played the game at least 15 matches and have had their account for at least 7 days, I think I've well and truly passed that now, can serve as a mentor for up to 10 new players. New players are any players that do not fulfill the above 2 conditions. Wow. By searching for a new player's name or ID, the seasoned candidate can send a request, and after the new candidate accepts, a mentor partnership will be formed, granting great rewards for both players. Rewards will be granted when the new player joins a certain number of matches. Wow. This is something I definitely didn't see coming, and as an ambassador, I didn't actually know about this. Didn't know about this part at all. So that's cool. They're still even surprising us. At the moment in the game, based on my experience, I haven't seen a ton of new people come to the game yet to make this system a little bit worthwhile for myself. They do come to the game, I know that, being as someone who just really plays this only when he streams. It might be a bit tough for me to do this. We don't know yet. We'll see what happens, but I really like the sound of this system, the fact you get some certain rewards, which obviously encourages you to give this a try and entices you, try something new, and to take someone under your wing and to learn a few things, you know. I'll be happy to try this system. You know, I'm sure I might have a thing or two to teach, you know, because anyone coming to this game, it can be a lot to take in, especially now that Season 2 is well underway and we've had a full season of people to get used to this game and understand systems and find loopholes and, you know, as you do when you play games. So we got a little bit more on it at the bottom though. So with this new system, we are increasing the friend limit to only 110. Cool, they're increasing it and they're looking at that. That's also good. Well, I mean, you have no friends, so 100 seems excessive. Oh, there are people who have maxed it out. Oh yeah, there's definitely people who have maxed it out, don't worry. We hope the system will encourage you to invite friends who haven't yet started to play FF7FS and create an environment where seasoned players can more easily mingle and share advice with new players. Actually, for all of us to stream this game and people come in and ask questions, that's a way of a mentor system right there. But it's good to see there's an actual system in the game now. I think this builds community. Immediately builds community. So, and that concludes Letter from the Devs Volume 5. It's been about half a month since the start of Season 2, and we're beginning to see more areas that we can work to improve. That's good. Along with making balance changes, we will also work to squish bugs to provide the best experience possible. We have seen comments on social media about things getting adjusted in Ninja updates, but we would like to take this opportunity to reassure players that we don't fix or update anything in secret. There is the possibility that when adjustments or fixes are made, they have an unintended effect on other aspects of the game. Going forward, as we have done thus far, we will continue to notify players regarding updates in our letter from the devs. Like, they'd be stupid to hide stuff, right? You would immediately lose credibility with your community if you did that. Finally, I would like to take a moment to thank our official ambassadors for all the work they have been putting in to help our community thrive. I personally enjoy watching the content you put out and often find myself binging on the latest recommended videos into the early hours of the morning and have to suffer from lack of sleep the following day. Oh. That's nice. We got a shout out. That's cool. I wasn't actually expecting that. That's very sweet. Love you, Char. Love you. Yeah, so that's really nice. That's really nice, isn't it? They like to binge watch all the stuff, you know. They like to see that the influencers are doing their job. That's adorable. It is. That's really cool. In the Ambassador Dev Team exchange we held the other day, I was able to hear lots of great feedback and words of encouragement. I think I speak for everyone on the team when I say this, but your support is greatly appreciated and gives us the motivation to strive to provide even better content. Yeah, there we go. My hands are starting to get a little tired, so I think I'm going to finish up here. See you again in the Letter from the Devs Volume 6. Volume 5 was awesome. I'm liking a little bit of humor at the end here he's starting to do. Lots of great stuff in here too. You know, this is just the tip of the iceberg of stuff that's coming. Yeah, so seeing Bahamut Fury, I'm so glad they're doing something more with the skins, like I was saying earlier. They're turning them into their own little raid boss fights, essentially. Can't wait to see what they're going to do for Bahamut Sin, because you know they're definitely going to do one with that. Mentor score system is really, really curious. I'm looking forward to I want to give this a go. I genuinely want to give this a go. So we have to find a fresh player. See if I can get my wife to play. Who knows? We'll see if we can get my dad to play. Let's see.